Let's say we have procured first grade coffee beans. These are really high quality coffee beans, real fresh. But say after a month, the first grade coffee beans degrade to second grade. Maybe because they get stale, a bit stale, not too stale, just a bit stale. So this is coffee beans 01. That's the material. Well, let's say there is another material that we sell. It's second grade coffee beans. Call it coffee beans 02. And the price of this is say $10. And the price of this is say $9 or 8. Now we can procure the second grade coffee beans separately using a purchase order. Or say for example, the first grade coffee beans degrade to second grade coffee beans if you don't use them for a month. That means if we still have them in stock, you're not able to sell them, you can very well package them as second grade coffee beans. Now, how do you do that? What we are essentially doing from a systems perspective, well, from a coffee beans perspective, I think you understand what we are doing. We are just repackaging the same material, maybe doing a relabeling. But from a systems perspective, we are essentially converting one material to another. Isn't it? We are saying 100 pounds of coffee beans of first grade material coffee beans 01 being converted to another material, second grade coffee beans 02. That means if you are converting 100 pounds of this coffee, 100 pounds of coffee beans 01 will be gone out of the inventory. It will vanish and it will be recreated as coffee beans 02. How do you do that? You use a material type for that. I think it's somewhere in the 300 range. So let's just do that. It's done through transfer posting. So go to MyGo and do a transfer posting. And the material is coffee beans 01, plant Chicago, storage location coffee. And what are we trying to do? We should be converting a material from one type to another. So let's see. Not plant to plant, not remove from storage. Okay, there you go. 309, transfer posting material to material. So we are transfer posting from one material to another. And how much are we doing that for? 100 pounds. Let's see if there's a material coffee beans 02. If not, we can do a coffee material 05. Okay. Okay, so that's coffee material 05. So from 01, we are converting to 05. Okay, I just didn't find 02, so I'm just using 05. And it's all happening in the Chicago plant, coffee storage location. The quantity that we are converting is 100. And this is where you put the movement type 309. Okay, now do a check. Because we are using coffee material 05, okay, we have a problem. Okay, eliminate all that. So let's go create a material, coffee beans 02. Coffee beans 02. And this is of type retail and of type raw material, right? Just like coffee beans 01, just a different grade. Go to basic data 1, purchasing, general data, and accounting. Chicago, storage location, coffee. You just don't call it second grade, you just give it a more beautiful name, right? Like aged or whatever. I'm just giving it the same name. And pound, material group 015. Enter evaluation class 3000. Moving average price. Enter. Save. Okay, so we created another material, coffee beans 02. Now go to MyGo and do a transfer posting. What are we doing here? We are converting 100 pounds of coffee beans 01, assuming it's there, in the Chicago plant, to coffee beans 02. And before we do that, let me open another window and see how much stock we have, right? So MMBE, coffee beans 01, and hit OK. So we are interested in the stock of coffee beans in Chicago plant and coffee bean storage location. The stock is 205. Okay, if you take 100 down or do a conversion for 100 pounds, this should go down to 105, right? And then let me open another window and see how much stock we have for the material coffee beans 02. We just created it, so there should not be any stock. It should be blank, right? So let's go do a transfer posting. Of what? Of coffee material 01, right? And what are we trying to do? We are trying to do a transfer posting or conversion from one material type to another, or one material to another. So it's this one, 309, transfer posting material type to material. Select that or double click it. Okay, and hit enter. So over here, go and select a different material. So we want to select coffee beans 02, right? There you go. This is the target material. Enter. Okay, so we are converting from 01 to 02. And where are we doing that? We are doing that in the Chicago plant and coffee beans storage location. How much? For a quantity of 100 pounds. Now do a check. See if everything is okay. Save it. Document is posted. Go refresh this. You see that? From 205, it went down to 105. So the quantity of coffee beans 01, the first grade coffee beans, went down by 100. And this, the second grade of coffee beans, should have gone up by 100, right? So this went down by 100 and this went up by 100. And the movement type that we used was 309, right? And maybe after a month you want to convert it to third grade coffee beans. Sure, you can do the same thing. Same movement type, 309.